What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am, because while this is nice, it's rare for our side, quote unquote, to get a W of this magnitude. If you've been following the news, you saw Neil Young, prolific artist, 72 records, I believe, at least, minimum, lay down an ultimatum, and then demanding Spotify choose between him and Joe Rogan. Then being publicly humiliated when everyone reminded him that he doesn't even own his own music catalog, that he sold it years ago to some random investment firm. Well, Spotify has made their decision, my friends, and they have removed all of Neil Young's songs. What an amazing day. An amazing day brought to you by an amazing sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Hey, October is Cybersecurity Month, and they've got an amazing offer for you. It's 2021. If you don't have a VPN yet, there are several reasons why you'll want to sign up today. One, you can browse anonymously. Keep your browsing habits to yourself. You can keep your data away from big tech so that they can't resell it. And you can access region-locked content so you can open up a whole new catalog of online content to enjoy, whether it's anime or movies that might not be available in your area. You can get at it using a VPN. And the VPN I use on my phone, my tablets, my PCs, and my laptops is Private Internet Access, and they've given an amazing offer. It's just $1.98 a month with 4 months free with a 3-year subscription. If you haven't signed up today, use my link in the description or pinned comment down below to get Private Internet Access today. If you don't have a VPN yet, make sure you pick it up today. Their discount ends in 3 days, or 4 days, I think. So make sure you get the killer deal. Now, it was reported late yesterday, Spotify pulls Neil Young's music after artist objection to Joe Rogan. And I have verified it today. The songs don't play. Just pulled it. Absolutely BTFO'd. Spotify sides with Joe Rogan, removes Neil Young's music, quote, a costly move. Spotify sided with its podcast superstar over Neil Young. The legendary folk singer gave the streaming behemoth an ultimatum earlier this week, saying that he refused to allow his music on the same platform as Joe Rogan. The Heart of Gold singer accused Rogan and his podcast of spreading false information. Spotify reportedly paid more than $100 million to be the exclusive home of Rogan's show. Young, meanwhile, stands to lose 60% of his streaming income from his defiant stance, he said in a statement on his website. Now, I don't know 60% of $10, 60% of $500,000. I don't know, because honestly, per stream, I don't think musicians make very much money. Pennies, even fractions of a penny per play. We want all the world's music and audio content to be available to Spotify users, a spokesperson said for the company when speaking with the Wall Street Journal. With that comes great responsibility in balancing both safety for listeners and freedom for creators. Since the start of the lockdowns, the spokesman noted Spotify has removed more than 20,000 Koof-related podcast episodes. Still, Young's protests were not sufficient for it to drop its lucrative Star Talker. 11 to 12 million people listen to every show of Joe Rogan. We regret Neil's decision to remove his music from Spotify, but hope to welcome him back soon, the spokesperson said. Rogan's podcast has attracted an estimated 11 million viewers. And by the way, every clip of the Joe Rogan experience that ends up on the internet or ends up on the on YouTube or Twitter, these are all free advertisements for more paid users on Spotify Premium, right? They have to, like, Neil Young actively costs them money in royalties. Joe Rogan makes the money. Nobody's paying for Spotify Premium to listen to Neil Young. By the way, I love Neil Young's music. Young's letter, which is now deleted, did not mince words in accusing the streaming giant of giving an undeserved platform to Rogan and his quote-unquote misinformation. Always understand this. The overwhelming majority of times that someone calls something misinformation, what do they mean? It's information that they don't like. I want to let you know that I want to let Spotify know immediately today in all caps that I want all of my music off their platform, wrote the 76-year-old rock icon. I'm doing this because Spotify is spreading fake information, blah, 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 blah. The note even included a formal ultimatum. They can have Neil Young or Rogan, not both. Losing 60% of his worldwide streaming income by leaving Spotify is a very big deal, a costly move, but worth it for our integrity and beliefs in misinformation. Now, I don't remember a time when musicians were shilling for, pharmaceutical companies, but I guess that's maybe I missed that record. He went on to nudge other artists to take a similar stance. And see, he writes, I sincerely hope that other artists can make a move, but I can't really expect that to happen, Young said. I did this because I had no choice in my heart. It is who I am. I'm not censoring anyone. I'm speaking my own truth. Yes, you tried to censor Joe Rogan. You absolutely did. You demanded that they deplatform him from their service. Now, could he go back to YouTube? Sure. $100 million in the bank, and everyone will abandon Spotify Premium that signed up for Joe. Here's the thing. Neil Young's a billion years old. He's got millions in the bank. This is a totally not brave position to have. Neil Young, your torch is not lighting the way, brother. You're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're talking about giving up a few thousand a year, probably. All right. This isn't a bold move. This isn't a brave move. This is a PR move. Maybe he really does believe it. But make no mistake about it, he is trying to censor. He's trying to censor the most popular show on the entire platform. Although Young did not specifically note which episodes he took issues with because he doesn't listen to the show, he only reads headlines. Rogan did recently host Dr. Robert Malone, blah, blah, blah. YouTube ended up removing the episode. This isn't even, it's so hilarious to me. You even have Joe Biden's Surgeon General suggesting that Joe Rogan podcast should be, quote, censored. Big tech has an important role to play. You mean do the government's bidding? Even suggesting this from somebody in a governmental role should be grounds for immediate termination. If people in your own government don't respect the First Amendment, that's a problem. Surgeon General certainly is American as apple pie. U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy said Tuesday on MSNBC that not only did the government, but big tech companies have a role to play when it comes to censoring so-called, and again, they use the word, misinformation, and curating, quote, accurate information. Like when you told everyone they had to wear cloth masks, and then the CDC came out and said, well, maybe they don't really work that good. Was that it? Was it when you said 14 days to flatten the curve and we're on day 650? Was it when now people are on their fourth jab and they're still getting the latest strain? Murthy made the comments after he was specifically asked by MSNBC host Mika Brzezinski about alleged misinformation on Rogan's highly popular The Joe Rogan Experience and, in general, Facebook posts. Do you know why the mainstream media really hates Joe Rogan? It's because he is a gigantic competitor. And he is so large that he's able to simply disprove a lot of the media narrative very quickly and very effectively. Big tech companies, Murthy said, have an important role to play since they are the predominant places we're seeing misinformation spread. Again, is it real misinformation? Like, yes, there is dangerous misinformation, like maybe some of those TikTok challenges where people are sticking forks into wall outlets or something like that, right? That's an issue because people are actually getting hurt. Grifters on YouTube selling stuff like Miracle Mineral Solution, which is just like watered down bleach, and telling people to drink it. I don't have a problem with YouTube banning like a video like that, or at least flagging it minimum. But this is very different because we've expanded the definition of what misinformation means. What does it even mean? Well, there's our definition where it's like knowingly spreading information that you know is false, like, say, CNN does every day. And then there's their definition of misinformation, which is information we don't like. I'm not saying Joe Rogan never gets it wrong. He certainly does. There's no doubt. But so does CNN, and you don't see anybody calling them to be deplatformed. They're doing that themselves. Their audience is down like 90%. The whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. Huge W for Joe Rogan and free speech. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to celebrate it because we just don't get many wins like this anymore. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.